Welcome to Books on Point. Many people believe that quitting your job and becoming an entrepreneur is a romantic notion, but being your own boss isn't quite just about freedom, nor is it about the status that comes your way when you innovate the product or service. It's not even about the amazing income you'll be getting when your startup finally hits the big time. Entrepreneurship is about plain hard work, which often garners little, if any, reward. And to talk about his new book, Searching Through Dustbins, I'm joined in studio by Abed Tau. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Tash.
So let's talk about why you decided to write this book.
Sure. So last year, March, I wrote on Facebook a post that went along the lines, a lot of people think entrepreneurship is easy, it's romantic, and you get to wear your favorite Nike Air sneakers, listen to the hippie indie music, and finally get to use your Apple MacBook. And one of the things that I really wanted a lot of people to start understanding is the difficulties that actually come with starting your own business. And I sort of ended that post with, you're going to have to search through a lot of dustbins and turn every no into a yes until you build a business. And these series of posts started sort of gaining a bit of traction. People quite enjoyed the authenticity that I wrote about. I wrote about really genuine experiences that we had gone through starting the different businesses we had done in the past 5 years. And the recurring theme in these posts were a lot of people started saying, you write so well, please write a book. A lot of people really need to hear these stories. And so I'm not a writer, that's my first disclaimer. But after 9 months of writing a lot of the stuff, I thought maybe I should put together a book. And I got a publisher who was interested, and today we have a book.
All right, so it's called Searching Through Dustbins.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have gone through a lot of dustbins to be able to find the business that is the one, which is what you allude to in the first chapter, that sometimes the first business won't be the only one, and it also won't be the one that actually helps. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Sure. So I'd like to think I was an entrepreneur since I was probably 16. I've done a number of businesses, some with some success, but a lot more with a lot of failures. I haven't met a single entrepreneur that says that the first idea that they got off the ground was the one that went on to list on the JSE or IPO on the NASDAQ. If you follow stories like Uber and Airbnb, none of them actually are the idea that started out 10, 15 years ago when these companies started. And I think that's the message, really, that it takes so long until you get to hit your stride. If you think of a cricket match, and you and I were talking about it, it takes so long to get to a century. The most important thing, though, is to stay on the pitch and keep hitting the singles.
So one of the things that I found quite interesting was that you are encouraging people to go look for boring businesses because exciting businesses are not the one. So you have to explain that.
Yeah, Tash, that's a controversial one because, like I say in the chapter, that it's not scientific proof, but here's my belief. I think a lot of the businesses that we, especially millennials, want to start are the things that tend to really excite a crowd. It's the Uber it's the things that, garner a lot of attention on social media. But my assertion is that the most exciting businesses are often also the most competitive ones. If I asked you today if something happened to your plumbing at home, I doubt you and I are going to go start looking through the pipes, but the plumber who's doing a boring, mundane business probably is carrying on about his business. And that's really what I'm trying to start make people think about, that do the things that no one wants to do in your industry because those spaces are still uncompetitive. So instead of opening a restaurant, be the one that provides the toothpicks and the small salt and pepper shakers to all the restaurants instead of waiting for patrons to come and frequent your restaurant. So for me, boring is exciting. A lot of the businesses that we've done and proven success in are the things that are super boring. So I'm a chartered accountant by training. Most chartered accountants, a lot of my friends, if you ask them about their career path, a lot of them want to work in private equity, want to work in mergers, acquisitions, want to be the CFO of a listed company. Very few would say, I want to go collect slips at coffee shops and capture them and do a bookkeeping business. But that's one of the businesses that we found the most success in, doing the things that no one wanted to do.
All right, so let's talk about, the 100 years. There's a chapter where, you're talking about your first hire. I think it's titled Your First Hire.
Yeah.
And you also talk about the history of some of the businesses you've had, the opportunity to audit their company results, etc. Have you thought about where your businesses could be in the next 100 years when you're no longer at the helm and other people are now extending the so-called your legacy?
Yeah. Tash, I'd love my business to outlive me. In China, they have a 500-year plan. So it's quite a thing to think about your business beyond yourself, beyond your kids. And I think it takes quite a vision to do that. I haven't figured it out yet, but one of the things that we are doing when we're building our strategy all the time is to think about what does our business look like in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15? I think a lot of entrepreneurs live in a hand-to-mouth situation initially, and I understand it. But I think it's so important to build out a vision for your business, and I talk a lot about it in the book, to sort of build out a business that will endure and outlast you.
Okay, before embarking on your entrepreneurship journey, did you read other people's entrepreneurship accounts, like i.e. their books?
Yeah.
As many others are probably might actually go out and get your book as well.
I think what's fascinating about entrepreneurship is that there's no blueprint. Okay. So there isn't a single book that you're going to read out there that you're going to have the aha moment of, this is actually what I need to do. So I encourage everyone to read as many books from entrepreneurship or people who've gone out to start businesses, because there's so much to learn from different stories. I certainly don't think that I've got all the lessons that one needs in terms of building a full scalable end-to-end business. I think there's so many enriching books out there. So I thoroughly enjoy reading. One of the books I'm reading now, which I'm enjoying, it's called What Got You Here Won't Get You There. And that's talking about, the things that got you to success now are not the things that are going to get you to the next level of success.
All right, Abed, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Well, our recommended book for the week is titled Actor Non-Verba by Eric Kruger. He's the founder of the Mental Performance Lab. The simple Latin phrase meaning actions, not words, has started a movement. It's a call to create your life instead of living it by default, and to live to your fullest potential. Well, that's it from me. Nompumelelo will be back with more news at the top of the hour. Your weather details are up next.